Hey everyone, welcome to Family Time. Family Time is a weekly interactive devotional that is designed to help us grow in our devotion to our families and to the Lord, as well as grow in our discipleship as Christians. So we're so grateful that you've joined us this week. This week we're going to look at the very important word faith. And we're going to look at Mark chapter 11, verses 22 through 24. So at this time you can pause the video and go grab a Bible. All right, let's read this text together. Mark 11, 22 through 24. Jesus replied to them, "Have faith in God. Truly I tell you, if anyone says to this mountain, 'Be lifted up and thrown into the sea,' and does not doubt in his heart, but believes that what he says will happen, it will be done for him. Therefore I tell you, everything you pray and ask for, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours." So here Jesus is talking about the very important thing that faith does in the lives of his disciples. And he says that when we have real, genuine faith, we're going to be able to accomplish some incredible things, not by our own power, but by God's power working through us. One thing that's interesting about this passage is that he says, truly I tell you, if anyone says to this mountain, "Be lifted up and thrown into the sea," and does not doubt in his heart, but believes, that will be done for him. So it was a common expression during this time. If you were facing some kind of insurmountable problem, some kind of problem that you thought can never be sorted out, maybe something that you couldn't do anything about, this was a mountain, they would call it. You couldn't move mountains was the expression. And I kind of resonate with that. There might be a lot of mountains in your life, a lot of mountain passes in my life perhaps, things that are big, things that are scary, things that we can't do anything about. And Jesus says that when we pray about these mountains, these things can actually change. Insurmountable problems that seem like nothing can be done about them, God can actually work in us when we have enough faith to ask him to work. So Jesus says if we pray and ask things, when we have this real kind of faith in God, these things will be able to be done for us. Now, obviously, I can ask for $1 million, and I am assuming God won't bless me with that just because I asked. So there's an element of needing to submit to God's will as well. Sometimes my will and God's will doesn't line up exactly. But Jesus says here that when we have a great confidence, a great faith in God, coupled with a submission to his will, there are some really powerful things that can happen in our lives. So it's not that when I pray, I'll always, every time, get everything that I want. It's not that every disease that I pray for will automatically be healed, or a large sum of money will come my way, or something like that. But it is to say that when I pray, asking God for something in faith, we can have confidence that he will work in our lives in a powerful way. That answer might be yes, that answer might be no, or maybe not yet, or something like that. But we can have confidence that all things work together for good for those that love the Lord, and that he will certainly take care of us. I wonder how many times we don't see God's power working in our lives because we don't have the confidence to pray these big faith sort of prayers. Now that kind of leads us to the first question. The first question is, why do we sometimes neglect praying these big faith, bold kind of prayers? You can pause the video now as you discuss. Number 2, how can you as a couple or you as a family help one another grow in faith? Number 3, how would your life change if you better adopted this teaching of Jesus? I pray that your discussion was fruitful. At this time, as we sort of come to a close, I ask that you would pray with one another, with your family, or whoever you're with right now. Pray that we would all be able to have real faith. A faith that isn't scared to ask big things of God, because I think we'd be surprised the powerful ways that he will work in us if we just have the courage to ask. So have that time of prayer together and ask to have a bold kind of faith as a family today. May God bless you this week. We'll see you next time.